Hello and welcome to week 3. For week 3, the first thing that you'll do is complete your reading assignment. If you go to your reading assignment, you're going to see that you're reading chapter 39, and this gives you some extra information to guide you through the draft that you will do this week. All right, and then when you move to the project number 2 outline for this particular paper, you'll see that you're doing a comparison using illustration or exemplification. So you're either further illustrating the points that you're comparing or you're using examples. You've got your due dates for your rough draft and final copy. This portion is the same as project number 1. Your paper is still going to be 3 to 5 pages typed and double spaced. You're going to still have that header, and I encourage you to use the header menu to put that into your paper rather than just typing it at the top of each page. You'll put your first name, last name, my name, the course, and the date in your heading. And like I said, in this paragraph, an example of this is provided for you in the project number 1 handout. So you can always go back and look at that. You'll be writing a comparison, so you're going to choose 2 or more items and examine them for their similarities, differences, or both. You can also build an analogy where you emphasize the similarities between 2 items that would, at first glance, seem like they're nothing alike. You want to keep your purpose in mind. You want to think about who your audience is. Your introduction should generate interest. You'll want to introduce the items, allude to the purpose, and state your thesis. And allude means that you don't want to explicitly say the purpose of this paper is. You want your reader to discover that as they, so perhaps your purpose in this comparison is to really say that one of these things is better than the other, or that they're both delightful experiences or whatever that is. So that should come across in that introduction. The body of the paper is either going to use that block or alternating pattern to detail the comparisons. You want to use examples so that we have context as your readers, and you want to conclude effectively and reconnect, help us reinforce that purpose, what you want us to do with this information. All right, so here's some possibilities, and if you want to go out of this realm, please just reach out to me and ask, but I want to keep you kind of in our general area so you can compare Detroit to a neighboring suburb. You might look at neighborhoods, shopping, entertainment, visitor appeal. You'll compare a particular street. You could do that. Maybe it's something like Woodward or Gratiot, where we see it in a suburb and in Detroit, or we might see it suburb to suburb. You could compare and contrast a rural environment to an urban environment in Michigan. Maybe you want to compare a baseball game at Comerica to a football game at Ford Field. Or maybe you're a hockey or basketball fan, so you want to talk about the LCA. Maybe it's 2 different museums, 2 different college environments. And again, remember, this paper is from your own experience, so there should be nothing cited. You should not be researching for this paper. You can compare neighborhoods, things like Greektown to Mexican Town or Corktown or something to that effect. Or maybe it's neighborhoods in a different city within our state. But again, I want this to be from your own experience. So I shouldn't see seating capacity for LCA, for example, because you would have to look that up. Or how many people live in a particular town. Again, you're going to have to look that up. Or when the museum was built. What have been your experiences? So if you've gone to the DIA and you've walked through the Kresge Court and you've looked at the mummies or whatever it is, it should be from your experience. So if there are things that seem like they need to be cited, I'm going to ask you to redo that, because we only will cite on the last project of the semester, and that's built in, so it's a bridge for you to English 1220 or 1190, whatever you choose in the next sequence of these courses. So you'll compare and contrast, you'll pick something that's close to home, and you'll do this from your own memory and your own experiences. If you have questions about it, as always, you can reach out and ask. All right, so your draft is due. There's one more thing, just to kind of get you acclimated. You've got a graphic organizer, and what's going to happen when you you get into this graphic organizer. This is going to help you plan a little bit. So I want you to type in your thesis statement. You're going to tell me just in words what's item number 1 and what's item number 2. So what are the 2 things that you're comparing? And then I want you to use Google Images or something similar. You can use Unsplash, Pixabay, Pexels, whatever image finder you want to use. I want you to create a collage using 10 images for item number 1 and 10 images for item number 2. Now, to be able to use this, you're going to go into the file, and you'll go ahead and download, and you can make it a Microsoft Word document. That's the one I would suggest because it's easy for you to edit, and then you can re-upload that for your discussion forum this week. And if you have any questions about that, just let me know. All right, moving back to the assignments, you're going to, for discussion forum number 3, you're going to go ahead and upload that particular graphic organizer. Sorry, I was losing my words there. You're going to upload that collage that you've just created, your graphic organizer. You're going to post it to the forum, and you'll locate one fellow classmate's graphic organizer and answer these questions about it by Friday. So how should the writer organize the paragraph? So do you think it should be block or alternating? What's the general purpose? What's the specific purpose? And what's one piece of advice for this writer? So those will be due by Friday this week. All right, moving on to the next assignment. You're going to turn in your draft by Sunday this week, and that'll be an upload, and you'll take your quiz by Sunday this week. If you have any questions about week number 3, reach out.